Welcome back to the topic of cryptic pregnancy. Now, let me make it cryptic pregnancy in Nigeria. Like I said when I started this series, there have been discussions on my page about this because someone mentioned something about it, and a lot of people came after her. Like, cryptic pregnancy is real. It's been done in Nigeria. You don't understand. You didn't read about it. Do not Google it. Yes, as much as I agree with all of you that cryptic pregnancy is real, and to even buttress it, there has been a case of cryptic pregnancy delivery in Nigeria. There have been several cases, like the one I mentioned about that pastor lady. It's just that most of these things are not documented. There is a case in Enugu about a lady, a 19-year-old overweight, as they said, overweight young lady in Enugu who did not know she was pregnant until the day she got to the hospital. She was crying, she was in pain, and she was, boom, delivered of a baby. So there have been several cases of it, and there have been cases, like I mentioned earlier, of cryptic pregnancy in the particular one where a baby, or there have been cases where a baby or some babies have developed outside the womb, but it's not something that is very rampant. Okay, it's not very rampant. It's a very rare case, and there have been cases like that that have been recorded. Yes, but what I want to know is, tell me how in Nigeria all of a sudden we are not known in this country to have the best of medical equipment. At least to a very large extent, we may have the best of medical workers, but they don't have all it takes. They will say it, that they don't have all it takes for them to do their job when it comes to equipment and other apparatus. So how is it that all of a sudden people who are not even medically qualified, people who are not so medically qualified, I'm talking people who probably are just what they call nurse Lisa in Nigeria, as in somebody who learned it, who did not even have an RN. RN is a registered nursing certificate. The person is now the one making people who have been living with infertility for years, who have visited plenty doctors, who have tried IVFs, and all of these failed. All of a sudden, it is one woman in one corner. Have you been to the places where they have their clinics? And she all of a sudden receives the divine mandate to be putting pregnancies in a critic position, so that the doctors who are enlightened, qualified, will not be able to see. She now becomes a miracle worker who will help you put baby inside your womb and then hide it at the back. From who and from what? They told me, oh God, in my years of waiting, I've heard a lot. Sometimes some like 6 years ago, somebody called me. We had worked together at the time. She calls me and she goes, Zina, this your situation. See, I need to tell you what I did. I said, what did you do? I had cryptic pregnancy and my daughter is 8 years old now. Please stop wasting time. Come and do it. So I said, please, may I know what cryptic pregnancy is all about? She said, yes, they will put the baby by the side. I said, where? She said, inside your tummy, but by the side. I said, I don't understand. He said, baby will not be inside the womb. It will be by the side. What I fail to understand is, if it is in the womb, what will happen? Did I tell you that my womb has issues from carrying babies? Why would they intentionally go and put the baby by the side? By the side where? It will not be inside the womb. Do you know, this lady was engaging me in a conversation, and it was almost turning to an argument. I was trying to understand what she was saying and also explain to her that it is not possible medically. But she kept telling me it's by the side. They'll put it by the side. That I should stop waiting. I should just go and do it and it will happen. Seriously? I've had another person tell me that. In fact, one of the people that told me that, she was telling me that, okay, me and you were waiting. Me, I don't collect. I'm like, what happened? I am pregnant. I said, how? She said, I did the cryptic pregnancy thing. I said, how? By the time I asked her 1 or 2 questions, this lady was like, I don't know. They say it's by the side. I said, no, you went to school. Can you tell me what by the side means? Can you just tell me exactly which side? Is the baby in your intestine or where? By the time I finished talking to her, it wasn't up to a month. This lady told everybody she had miscarried. I asked her, she said, I beg, I beg, I beg. I had to Google those things. I had to research and found out that these people, I don't know what they're doing. I'm not interested. That was how she saved her head. Now, I know this is a very, very sensitive situation and sensitive topic like I started with. But think about it. How do you bring a baby into the world with so much lies? How do you bring a baby into your family with so much lies? And the funny thing is that most people don't know what these people are doing, in honesty. Because like the case of the lady I told you about, she did not know. But at some point, she found out. Let me shock you. Some people do not know until they go and come out. Although there's something called human instinct inside of you. As a woman, you would know. Definitely at some point. But they feel they've passed the point of no return. They just continue to feign in the ignorance. There are cases where people are told that they are pregnant. People are given the date of delivery and they have paid all the millions they've asked them to pay, and they walk into the place, they open them up and stitch them back just to work on their psychology that they actually had babies. They open them up and seal them back. They did not touch nothing. You now have the baby, you cannot lactate, you cannot breastfeed. They will tell them stories. They know. There's no way you will not know. There's something called human instinct. It's in you. You know, but you choose not to know. And then, have you asked yourself where these babies are coming from? Because we want to quote ourselves in the lie of saying, yes, the babies, at least I'm raising somebody that if I had not done that, probably would have ended up in the gutters on the street. So I've rescued a baby. I'll be back with what you are doing. Don't go nowhere.